You're watching NBC 25 Today.
Election day is finally here, folks. Millions across the country getting ready to head to the polls as America selects its 45th president.
And find out how mid-Michigan voters feel this morning as they get ready to make a big decision. 6:30, good morning, everyone, and happy Election Day. I'm Krista DeGeary.
I'm Mike Wolfo. Glad to have you with us as we begin our NBC 25 election coverage for you. Throughout the day, we will be tracking things. We have team coverage for you right now, not only of the presidential race, but also some important votes happening in your neck of the woods.
That's right. Our Ilse Ulan Hayes is live in Genesee County this morning covering what's going on at the polls. And our Courtney Wheaton is in the north in Saginaw County looking at big issues on that ballot.
But before we get to them, let's check in with Ahmed Badji now, find out how things are shaping up for us outside. We certainly don't want anybody to use the weather as an excuse not to go vote.
Absolutely. We're going to break down the day planner for you here in just a second, 30 seconds from now. So start the clock. Here's what we've got. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ahmed Badji. As we start off your morning, we're going to take a live look from the top of the Darryn over the bricks of Saginaw in Flint. We've got 51 degrees. The weather ball is blue and blinking. Off right now. It'll come back on here in a second, and that means cooler air and precip is on the way. We've got rain off to our west. You can see that. It's moving on towards us along the cold and warm fronts. Mainly after 10 a.m. is when that rain is expected. It will continue through the afternoon hours. The only 30 we've got is down in Lapeer County, southeast Tuscola and southwest Sanilac. Nice and warm along the water. 51 in Owasso, 52 in Mount Pleasant. We are starting to warm up already. And for your election day at the polls, well, they close at 8 o'clock tonight. From about 5 to 8 tonight, we'll be dry, and up until 10 a.m. this morning, we're dry as well. We're breaking down when the rain leaves. That's coming up here in a minute.
All right, 6:32 now. The polls open in 28 minutes. Voters getting ready to decide what has become a razor-close race.
That's right. Both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump doing last-minute campaigning into the early morning hours overnight.
Reed Binion right now looking ahead at what we can expect as the presidential election winds down.
Midnight. Voters in Dixville Notch, New Hampshire, casting the first ballots of the 2016 election at the stroke of midnight, even as the nominees themselves pushed forward with one final round of stumping. Clinton and Trump ending Monday's campaign schedule on Tuesday with dueling rallies that ran into the morning hours.
Did you ever think you'd be hearing a major speech like at around close to 1 o'clock in the morning? Are we crazy?
Tomorrow you can vote for a hopeful, inclusive, big-hearted
The overnight events followed a dizzying day of stops in key states as the nominees made their final pitch. Clinton campaigning with the boss, Bruce Springsteen, and the big boss, President Obama, introduced by First Lady Michelle Obama. Lady Gaga also stumping for Clinton.
Go out and vote for Hillary Clinton. I think it's time to come to mama.
Trump knocking the celebrity appearances.
We don't need Lady Gaga.
But touting his own high-profile friends.
Tom Brady. He called today, and he said, Donald, I support you.
The campaigns, despite their competing ideas and dueling celebrity support, did seem unified on one initiative on the final day, the importance of voter turnout.
Go out and vote tomorrow.
Let's get out and vote.
I ask you to vote. Good luck. Get out there. I did my thing.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Now, some mid-Michigan voters say they feel anxious about today's election. Call it election anxiety. Residents with very strong opinions about both of these candidates. An American Psychological Association study says that half of Americans say this campaign has created at least some level of stress, and in some cases, people say it has produced significant levels of stress. And those feelings, they cut across party lines.
I'm scared because I really don't know if the world's going to end if Trump becomes nominated as president.
You don't really know, where either are going to go. They both have their flaws and mistakes, so it's real. I'm anxious.
I think that if you don't vote, then you're not being an American the way I like to think of us. I think we all need to be voting.
As the day goes on and the results start rolling in tonight, some voters may feel even more stressed because this election could swing either way. So we are turning to Facebook now. Does the election have you stressed out? Is it causing fights between you and your loved ones, you and your friends? Are you ready for it to all be over? Head on over to the NBC 25 Facebook page right now and let us know how you're feeling.
With about 30 minutes until polls open in Michigan, there are growing concerns across the country on voter intimidation. Now, the U.S. Department of Justice stepping in this morning. The DOJ will have about 500 staffers posted in 28 states watching up for civil rights violations. Now, officials say Dearborn Heights and Hamtramck are both on the list of jurisdictions where the DOJ staff will be today. Now, with many polls showing a very tight race, could we see candidates split the popular vote and electoral college vote?
That is something that has happened 4 times in history now. The most noted example is also the most recent between George W. Bush and then Vice President Al Gore. That was the year 2000. Gore wins the popular vote that year by more than 500,000, but after a big legal battle in Florida that landed in the Supreme Court, Bush actually won the electoral college vote and as a result, the presidency.
Now, the 3 other examples were the 1800s. Back in 1824, Andrew Jackson won the popular vote but failed to get more than half of the electoral votes. John Quincy Adams was selected by the House of Representatives as the next president.
In 1876, Samuel Tilden won the popular vote but lost the electoral vote to Rutherford B. Hayes by 1. And in 1888, Grover Cleveland won the popular vote, but lost the electoral vote and the presidency to Benjamin Harrison.
Now, today, many of you will head to the polls and finally speak your mind on a number of races. Now, if you're planning on voting straight party ticket on your ballot, you don't want to miss this.
That's right. You can mark off the oval circle for one party, but before you do, NBC 25's Ilse Lujan Hayes with some reminders now for us. She is live this morning in Mount Morris Township with more. Good morning, Ilse.
Hey guys, good morning. I'm inside Our Lady of Guadalupe. Of course, it is the precinct here in Mount Morris Township. Now take a look behind me. Volunteers are here. They are preparing, setting up their ballots, organizing those sleeves. There's 5 precincts here in this building. And of course, they're also checking those machines, making sure they're ready. Now, Paul Brzezinski is joining us. He is a political analyst. Paul, let's talk about this ballot. So let's show people what happens if you mark the oval circle for the straight party ticket, because people can do that.
You can vote straight party ticket now in Michigan, and that means you vote for all Republicans, all Democrats, or any other of the minor parties. But if you want to make an exception...
Yeah, what happens if you start, let's say you do vote straight party, but then you start bouncing around here and you start voting Democrat and Republican. What does that mean?
You can vote for individual offices and make an exception to your straight party ticket for any way you want. So just because you vote circle one of the major parties here, you can go here and then vote for another party that you may not happen to.
Right. Now, let's remind people, if you do that, then this will override your straight party ticket. Okay, that's so right. Another common mistake is what? They forget. That's right. There's stuff on the other side, like statewide, Michigan Supreme Court, State Board of Education.
All the judges, the community college boards, local school boards, the proposals are all on the back side of the ballot, the nonpartisan section, so be sure to turn the ballot over and vote for the nonpartisan races as well.
All right. Paul Brzezinski, political analyst, thank you so much. Now, of course, we want to remind you here in Genesee County, we've got the sheriff's race and the Flint police safety millage. Another reminder is that you don't have to fill out the entire ballot. If for some reason you're not familiar with a candidate, you can skip it and it will not impact your overall entries. For now, live in Mount Morris Township, Ilse Lujan Hayes, NBC 25 News.
Thanks, Ilse. And don't forget to stay with NBC 25 today for complete election coverage. Our coverage begins tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll have special hour-long editions of NBC 25 News at 11 with reaction and analysis. Now, you also find results from races around mid-Michigan at the bottom of your screen and online at NBC25news.com throughout the night. But for right now, let's check in with Ahmed in the Weather Center. Look at our polling day forecast. Hey, Ahmed.
Hey, good morning. And as we jump on into the day ahead, of course, we've got the cool air to start off, but what happens later on? We're going to break that down for you. And kids still have school today. We're going to talk about the bus stop forecast right now across the region, 40s, 50s, and even the upper 30s down in Lapeer County. So pretty much a wide spread across the region. Looking at 10 to 15 knots on the inner bay, the outer bay, and the lake. If you have to head out on the water, 1 to 2 feet for the wave heights on both. Tonight, they get choppier. Winds shift from the southwest to the northwest during the day ahead. Over the next few hours, 7:19 is sunrise. So as you head out the door to the polls, for instance, you'll notice an increase in temp all the way to 10 a.m. Rain arrives after that point. In the window, 10 a.m. to 4 or 5 p.m. is when we can expect the rain activity to move on through, mainly scattered, but there will be a couple heavier showers. So make sure you have an umbrella ready for the kids. They will most likely need it as they come home later today. So coming up in the forecast, we're going to break down that rain on Futurecast hour by hour when we warm up again and how much sun we get for the weekend, because we got spoiled this past weekend. It was pretty nice. That's ahead.
I wasn't spoiled. I felt like it should be the norm. All right, coming up, something for seafood lovers here. A question: how much would you pay for a snow crab? We're gonna let you know how much somebody's paying for one.
And just in case you need more incentive to vote today, you can get freebies from some retailers just for showing your I voted sticker. We're going to tell you where you can go coming up next. But first, here's a quick look at the stories topping our website at NBC25news.com. It's 6:40.
So come on, get higher, loosen my legs.
6:44 on Election Day morning, taking a look at the Mackinac Bridge, courtesy of the NBC 25 Skynet this morning.
I'm kind of getting that election high right now. I'm ready. I'm ready for today. Let's go. Let's go. Get out there and vote, everyone.
Somehow I feel like with each passing moment, I'm starting to feel that Election Day anxiety.
Oh, no.
What's going to happen?
All right, 6:44. Let's move on to consumer news now. Toys R Us is the latest retailer to announce Thanksgiving Day plans.
That's right. The chain will open at 5 o'clock that afternoon, kicking off a 30-hour continuous shopping blitz.
Yeah, this is the 4th year Toys R Us is opening early on Thanksgiving and will close until 11 o'clock on Black Friday night.
Yeah, they say customers actually voted for this, so they expect some big crowds. They'll have extra workers on hand and express checkouts open. There you go.
Yeah, I want to try to make it easier for all those big crowds.
I wonder if there's going to be any of those egg babies left. Remember
that hot toy item?
Yeah,
right?
it's like baby eggs.
We'll see. All right, you may have heard, folks, this is Election Day.
No.
What?
While voting has its own reward, you can still get some free stuff if you vote today.
Yeah, show your I voted sticker at participating Krispy Kreme locations. You can get a free donut.
Yummy.
And then after you eat that donut, go to Gold's Gym, and they'll give you free access for showing off that sticker. And
work off the calories from the donut.
Just a little bit.
At participating 7-Eleven locations, customers can get a free cup of coffee as well.
Oh, wow, no free Slurpee? I was expecting a Slurpee there.
Yeah.
All right, get this one. A snow crab fetching a record price. How much do you think it went for?
I don't even know. Let's see, it doesn't look that big. Is it big? I don't know.
Does it look like it's worth 12 grand?
No.
Well, that's what it sold for at the first auction of the year in Tottori, Western Japan.
Whoa!
The crabbing season for the winter delicacy starts around this time every year. This pricey specimen, one of several unloaded by 5 boats before dawn.
Yeah, the crab weighed in at nearly 3 pounds and its shell measured around 6 inches. The crabbing season for female snow crabs runs through the end of the year. Male snow crabs can be caught until March 20th of next year. They don't look that big.
So
why are they so special?
So is 3 pounds and 6 inches, is that like super large for a snow crab or something? What's normal?
Are snow crabs really rare?
No, I mean, you get like snow crab legs and stuff at like Red Lobster.
I'll be honest, I've only had snow crabs at like a dinner I didn't pay for, like a work outing. You know what I mean? I've never paid it for myself, so I don't know. They look so sad in there.
Nicely done. All right, well, since we said the word snow, are we allowed to talk about snow now?
No.
Oh, well, guess what? Anyway, here's what we got going on in the forecast. It's Winter Weather Awareness Week, and part of that is each morning and night, Jamie Cagle and myself and I Mike and I were talking about that earlier, and are going to be talking about the different pieces of info that'll keep you safe or keep your home healthy throughout the winter. Make sure you follow these steps as well for home preparedness. Make sure you caulk, weather strip your doors, windows, check the seals around them as we head on into the colder season, obviously, if you haven't already. We're pretty mild this week, so a nice way to maybe get outside and take care of all this stuff. You don't have to worry about freezing when you do it this time around. Make sure you inspect your furnace and your chimneys, insulate the pipes, all that kind of stuff, and clear out those rain gutters. They fill with so many leaves that obviously the ice can kind of jam up against the side of the house. But 59 going to be your high for today, a good day to maybe get outside and do that. Yes, we have showers likely, but only in a specific window from about 10 a.m. all the way through the afternoon until about 4 or 5 tonight. Then for the thumb, 57 for your high there as well. Mostly cloudy, rain through the late morning. Watching for about 57 in the Tri-Cities and Western counties. Again, late morning through the afternoon is when we have that rain pushing through. Northern counties, 55, mostly cloudy, rain midday. And you can see that here. High resolution Futurecast brings it through after 10 a.m. It continues to stream through showers until we get to about 5 o'clock. And then only the lake effect stuff for the thumb is possible, mainly staying on the water. But overnight, we will still have a few showers that stream onto land from the bay and from the lake into Huron, Tuscola, Sanilac, and northern Lapeer counties. That's because of obviously the warm lake and the cooler air. Now, behind that, we clear on up for Wednesday, cooler. Thursday morning, we are clear as well. Thursday's gorgeous. Look at this, plenty of sunshine. But we also warm back up, 60 degrees for your high there. Not too bad at all. Watching for the weekend to come about and bring us some pretty chilly air. Watching for lows on Friday night, well into the 20s for the pretty much all of mid-Michigan. So plan ahead now to really switch that heat on for Friday night, and then sunshine returns for the weekend.
The Nest takes care of that for me.
Yeah. Smart apps.
Programmable thermostats, man. They're the bomb.
Nests are pretty cool.
Speaking of apps, don't forget to download the NBC 25 weather app so you get Outlet's forecast right at the palm of your hand.
Thank you, Kristen.
Shameless
plug, right?
Thank you, Kristen.
All right, coming up in about 10 minutes, the Today Show live from New York. More on the presidential election as voters line up now to cast their ballots.
That's right, and look back at some moments that helped make this campaign one we will never forget.
And Thanksgiving's coming. You know, it's that holiday between Halloween and Christmas, if you forgot. Get kitchen tips and tricks to help you save some time getting the big feast all done.
All right, 6:50 right now. Another look at the Mackinac Bridge. Beautiful shot there. See a few cars making their way across the span. Your top stories are coming up next.
Welcome back. We have some quick tips for you this morning as you head out to the voting booth.
Yeah, the polls, of course, opening in just a few minutes now, 7 o'clock. They won't close until 8 tonight. If you want to avoid the longest lines, you should probably go sometime during the work day. Typically, the busiest times at the polls are the hours right before folks go to work and those hours after they get off. But again, a reminder that if you are in line by 8 o'clock tonight, you will get to vote.
Yeah, all you have to do is bring a photo ID with you, and if you don't have one, you can still vote. You also don't need your voter registration card, which is something I was really worried about because I hadn't got mine yet. Now, Michigan bans election-related materials at polling places, though, so don't wear hats, shirts, or anything that supports a candidate.
That's right. And no confusion here, folks. No selfies in the voting booth.
Don't do it. Don't pull a Justin Timberlake.
Right. No matter what you've heard, no selfies in the voting booth here in Michigan. If you're caught taking a photo, your vote won't count. Now, for more tips, head on over to our website, NBC25news.com.
And for more information on candidates, races, and issues on your local ballot, just head over to our website as well. Again, NBC25news.com, and look for the tab that's What's on Your Ballot link. Stay with NBC25 and Fox 66 for continuing coverage on air, online, and through our NBC25 morning app. That's where you get headlines, weather, traffic conditions, election coverage, all powered by NBC25news.com.
And up next, Fox 66 Mornings as we move over to the other side. We hope you'll follow us there. Right now, let's check in with Ilse Lujan Hayes and see what's cooking for Fox 66 Mornings as our team coverage continues. Good morning, Ilse.
Hey guys, good morning. So right now I'm outside Our Lady of Guadalupe. It's a precinct here, voting poll in Mount Morris Township. Take a look. Mike, I think you just mentioned a few minutes ago that the most busiest times are right before, early morning voting begins. This is the line here outside. As you can see, it wraps around the building, already starting. Now, of course, we want to remind everyone that voting polls are expected to open in just a few minutes. And one thing that we also know is that for an entire year, county, township, and city clerks have been preparing for this day. And I know that a lot of these folks have been telling me that they are ready for this election to be over. So stick around. We're going to be talking to them in just a few minutes, as you mentioned, as you join us on our sister station, Fox 66. Now I'm going to send it over to my colleague who is up north, Courtney Wheaton.
Yeah, thanks, Elsie. Yeah, I'm here at Word of Faith International Ministries, and just take a look at this line. In just a couple of minutes, people will start to begin to cast their ballots. Can you believe this many people are up this early? Now I'm here with Election Inspector Lily O'Neill. She's going to tell me a little bit about what she's expecting for today.
I'm expecting a large turnout, the joy and the happiness of the people for a victory to win.
And how long will you be here today?
We'll be here all day long as it takes until the last voter is through the door.
And just tell me a little bit about your training real quick.
Well, we go to the City Hall to take training, in-service type thing, and then we come here, get all the information together, talk with other workers, and then decide what we need to do.
Now make sure to turn into our sister station, Fox 66, for the latest election coverage. Live in Saginaw, I'm Courtney Wheaton for NBC 25 News.
All right, thanks, Courtney. Now, here's what also is coming up next on Fox 66 Morning. Tragic news this morning out of Flint after a deadly shooting claims the life of a 20-year-old. We have the latest from police.
Also, we have an update on the Flint Fast Start initiative. That is a mouthful. We're going to let you know just how many lead service lines have already been replaced.
And celebrating the right to vote, we're going to show you a special tribute to Susan B. Anthony this election day. For more local news and weather, follow us over to Fox 66. I'm going to have a day planner right off, starting off the morning show, so that you can plan ahead at the polls.
All right.
So, for NBC, the Today Show is next. The rest of you, follow us on over to the other side.
Vote. Go out there and vote.
Have a good one.
Bye, guys.